Can an AI agent really sit inside a computer, write code, fix its own mistakes, and compete with the biggest labs in the world? What does a 72.9% score on TerminalBench 2.0 mean, especially when most top systems struggle around the 60% range? A new Chinese AI agent just jumped straight to second place globally, and the AI race suddenly looks very different. Most AI models are good at talking. They explain things well. They write code, they answer questions. But TerminalBench 2.0 is different. It does not care about how smart an AI sounds. It checks whether the AI can actually operate inside a computer environment. This benchmark gives the AI real coding tasks inside a terminal. The AI must write code, run it, fix errors, and complete tasks step by step. No guessing, no theory, only working results matter. Even strong models struggle here. Many top systems stay around the 60% range. At this level, even a 5% improvement is huge. So when OpenAI reported around 77.3% with a GPT-based agent setup, that became the top score. Another similar setup showed 75.1%, also very strong. Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.6 landed around 65.4% on similar tasks. Solid performance, but not leading. Then CodeBrain 1 entered and scored 72.9%, with another setup at 70.3%. That puts it right behind OpenAI and clearly ahead of many big labs. Would anyone have expected a new startup to jump straight into second place? So what makes CodeBrain 1 different? The main focus is simple. Increase the chance that the code runs correctly. Not fancy language, not long explanations, just working output. Instead of pulling random knowledge from everywhere, CodeBrain 1 stays tightly focused on the task. When it needs information, it does not guess. It pulls exact code references and documentation linked to what it is working on. It uses something called the Language Server Protocol. In simple words, this allows the system to understand the codebase better. It can search for real function names, real parameters, and real usage examples from the actual project. For example, if it is building a game bot, it does not assume how the movement function works. It looks up the real command, like move _to _target or perform _action, checks how it is used, and then applies it properly. That reduces mistakes. And fewer mistakes mean fewer retries. Now think about this. How many times have developers written code that looks correct, but fails because of one small parameter error? CodeBrain 1 is designed to catch that faster. Writing code is only half the battle. Debugging is the real test. When CodeBrain 1 writes code and something breaks, it does not panic. It reads the full error message. It checks documentation for the exact parameter that failed. It compares with working examples. Then it adjusts. This loop of write, test, fix becomes tighter over time. In tests on a smaller group of 47 Python tasks, the system stayed stable and used over 15% fewer tokens compared to some other agent setups. Fewer tokens mean lower cost and faster performance. At company scale, this matters a lot. Running AI agents is not free. If an agent can do the same job with fewer tokens and fewer retries, that saves serious money. Is efficiency becoming more important than pure intelligence in AI agents? CodeBrain 1 is not just about writing code. It is built to adjust plans while working. It can break big tasks into smaller steps. For example, in a game environment, if the goal is to build something, it first gathers resources, then crafts tools, then builds step by step. If something changes, it updates the plan. This startup also released something called Membrain, which focuses on long-term memory for AI agents. On several memory benchmarks like LowComo and LongMemEval, it reached top results. On one hard test called Nomi Bench Level 3, it improved performance by more than 300%. When memory and planning combine, AI agents start to feel more stable and less random. That is a big shift from earlier systems that would forget context easily. AI video has improved fast, but it had a problem. Many clips looked impressive for a few seconds. Then everything broke. Faces changed. Backgrounds shifted. Objects melted. Now a new model called Cedence 2.0 from ByteDance is changing that conversation. This model supports text, images, video, and audio as inputs. That means creators can guide it in multiple ways. The big improvement is scene flow. Camera movements like push-ins, pans, and tracking shots feel planned instead of chaotic. Characters keep their faces. Backgrounds remain stable. Scenes do not suddenly collapse. This allows longer, story-driven clips instead of just short visual effects. And here is something important. As video generation becomes cheaper, the amount of content will explode. When production cost drops close to just paying for computing power, more people can create. E-commerce is already feeling this. Product videos can now be generated without renting a studio. Small businesses can create promo content quickly. But if everyone can create videos easily, what becomes the real competition? Distribution and recommendation algorithms. With powerful video tools, creators are making parody clips in the style of famous movies and actors. Some videos copy expressions, humor style, and iconic scenes at very low cost. That raises legal questions. When style becomes easy to copy, where is the line between inspiration and infringement? Famous characters and strong intellectual property might become even more valuable. In a sea of AI-generated content, recognizable identity grabs attention faster. The AI tools are neutral, but how they are used will define the next big debates. One of the biggest problems with AI image models has been prompt ignoring. Long and detailed instructions often get only half followed, which frustrates many creators. Qwen Image 2.0 is designed to solve that issue by handling up to 1,000 tokens of instructions, allowing much more complex scene descriptions. In testing, it generated multi-panel comics where characters stayed consistent across every frame. It also created detailed infographic-style visuals where every object appeared in the correct position. Another major upgrade is accurate Chinese text rendering, something older models struggled with badly. On top of that, it supports advanced image editing, letting users combine photos, swap outfits, and adjust backgrounds with natural blending. In global comparisons, it ranks just behind some of the strongest international image models, showing that prompt control is finally improving in a serious way. Researchers from Peking University introduced Fine R1, a model built for fine-grained recognition, meaning it can spot tiny differences between very similar objects like a Boeing 717 and 727. It works step by step by analyzing visual details, listing possible categories, comparing them carefully, and then making a final decision. What makes it impressive is its data efficiency, needing only 4 training images per category to perform strongly, while even outperforming systems like Clip on several datasets. This structured reasoning approach makes AI vision more precise and practical for industries that depend on high detail accuracy. Across AI agents, video generation, image creation, and vision systems, a clear shift is happening towards structured and reliable performance instead of flashy demos. Agents now focus on real task execution. Video models improve consistency and scene flow, and image systems deliver better prompt accuracy. Vision models are learning to detect tiny differences with less data, making them more practical for real-world use. With CodeBrain 1 moving ahead of Claude Opus 4.6, the AI race remains wide open and highly competitive. What do you think? Is this the year AI agents become truly practical in companies? Or is there still a gap between benchmarks and reality? If this video was useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the fast-moving AI world.